Testing. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. And now we're back again. Okay, so lots of things, guys. It has been a hot minute. Sorry about all that, but it has been a hot minute since we have been back doing this thing. We went on vacation. That was about 10 days. Then we got COVID. That was not cool. That sucks. Still trying to get over it. So my voice is gonna be, it's gonna suck a little bit, but we're gonna make it through it. What is going on, Brooklyn Jokers? Thanks for the heads up and welcome to the stream. Dubs, what is going on, brother? Welcome to the streams. Witcher, what is going on, sister? Welcome to the stream. So, Digital Dogs, what is happening? Welcome to the stream. Now, I was saying before, here's the thing. This match here, match 5, 4, 3, and 2, all of those have to do with Wrestle Wars. They all score points. Now, if you didn't see it, we'll kind of talk our way through that as we move through. But there's been so many changes. The 8-man title belts got vacated because some people have left and gone to the WWE. Couldn't come to contract terms with them. So we have a lot more cause that are actually in the WCW 2.0 now. So something to keep our eye on there. But these, we will have 4 matches tonight, 4 matches, and then we will have a Wrestle War event to finish up round 1. And again, the big thing in Wrestle Wars, yeah, the winning team gets all the title shots, right? But the losing team, the very last team, has to disband. Think about that. So there are 16 male teams. There will be 8 female teams. Now, the 8 females will not be fighting at the same time as the males do. They will be a totally separate thing, and we will do that as well. But right now, at the end of round 1, 4 teams will be taken out. Of those 4 teams, one of them aren't going to make it. So we're going to pit them against each other. The winners keep their turn. Get to keep their thing, and then in the final main event at the end of round 5, the last 2 teams, the teams that haven't won anything yet, will fight for survival. So while we figure out who is going to win, we will also figure out who is going to lose. Also, bringing in the WCW Special Title Series, bringing back the GC Rock Women's Survival Title Belt. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a thing right there. So a lot of big moves. Look at this. Brand new look from Awesome Christina. So we'll get to see that here tonight. And JP Squared will be facing off for the WCW titles against the current champion. So all these matches pretty much have something directly to do with Wrestle Wars, gaining advantages or actually scoring points. So let's go ahead and get this thing started right now. We have a very small window to do this today, so hopefully it fits inside that window, the entire show. So we will keep an eye on all of that. Something else crazy in this match alone, 3 people are going to be making their debuts. Butch Hart, son of Bret Hart, will be making his debut here tonight. And both of Sting's kids, also Garrett Borden and Stephen Borden Jr., will be making their debut here tonight.
The following contest is a fatal 4-way tag team match and is for the WCW Extreme Tag Team Championship. Introducing first, at a combined weight of 498 pounds, the 4 Horsemen.
Yeah, hasn't been good. Still kind of getting over it, but the worst part of it's over now. It's just that like slow recovery. You know, if anybody's ever had COVID, that you know, takes a little while on the backside. What is going on, Agent Destin? Welcome to the stream, brother. So yeah, it's kind of funny. I'll show you how we determined the matches. I wrote down the people. And then I just randomly wrote down numbers, and based on that position is how these matches got lined up. I have no idea who is going to face off against who or what's going to face off against how, but it's been based on 4-man teams. Now, you could have 5 people on a team, right? But it's based on 4 people on a team. So how those teams use themselves is going to come down to it. So we're going to see a fatal 4-way elimination match. We're going to see 4 of them. We're going to see 4 tag team matches. And they're going to be 8-man tag matches. Oh, look at this new look now.
First, at a combined weight of 508 pounds, the Hart Foundation.
Let's see. Tonight, Brooklyn, no. Thursday, on the very next episode, you will have a match. And in the very next episode, which will be the main Wrestle War Round 1, you will also have a match. But yeah, no match tonight. And that would be an interesting match. You versus Recon Delta. And with Wrestle Wars, we're going to see a lot of people lining up and wrestling against each other. So hard to say how that's all going to pan out. Matter of fact, if I'm looking right here, you'll be in a ring with Robbo, Andrew Dubs, and Chris Benoit in the 4-way. So yeah, mixing up some of the tag teams, mixing up some of the different things. It's going to be interesting to see how these teams pit their people against the people. Like,
making their way to the ring at a combined weight of 595 pounds, the new Foundation.
Like, who is going to be on tag teams? Who is going to be in the singles events? And then, let's say you make it through round 1. It could change up in the very next round. Brooklyn could end up being in a tag with Blaze McCoy. You know what I mean? Because that's kind of the teams. So, or part of one of the teams. You have some of the obvious teams out there right now, right? So we could talk about that. We've got some of the obvious teams that are out there right now. But you also have some other teams. So you have the 4 Horsemen. You have the Syndicate. Some big changes happened in the Syndicate. Zack Hamilton added to the Syndicate. So Jay Savage went out and got him. You have the NWO. Big changes in the NWO. The NWO now is Hulk Hogan, John Cena, the Giant, and Kevin Nash. You've seen a lot of the NWO end up retiring or signing legend deals. So they're out. The Hart Foundation adding Butch Hart. So now you got Bret Hart, Chris Jericho, Benoit, and now Butch Hart as well. You see the Sting, his 2 sons now coming on board. It's almost like Sting getting ready to pass the torch. Maybe he's getting ready to retire as well. It's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. But Garrett Borden Jr., Stephen Borden Jr., who you're about to see come out right now, and Damien making up the team of Sting. So even though they're not a real faction, they're in there to try to be like spoilers. And look at the state of these 2 guys.
And their opponents at a combined weight of 478 pounds, the team.
So the team of Sting coming on down. And you can see, like, both of them wearing different looks, different appearances of Sting throughout his career. So, again, Sting passing on his legacy to his son. So that is going on. You have the LWO, but here's a big shocker. You didn't hear me say Chris Ray was in the NWO. Chris Ray actually now in the LWO. So we thought that the LWO was going to be breaking up, but the LWO does not break up. Figure that out. LWO doesn't break up. Matter of fact, they go out and they find Chris Ray. Kind of a little bit of misfortune for Chris Ray. Turns it into a positive thing. You have the Monster Eclipse, which is the Fiend, Braun Strowman, Wade Warner Walters, and Brutus Walters. You got the New Blood with Goldberg. You have DX 2.0, the Bikers. Then you have these other teams. So you've got the team of Blaze McCoy, Brooklyn Joker, who have teamed up with the Maniacs. This is going to be a really tough team. SC Jumpman and Milkman trying to be the spoilers. Sentinel, Paul the Thing, Blackheart, and GC Rock all becoming a team. Now, here's the big thing. Some of these guys, oh, you break up, you can never be a team again. That's not a big deal to them. But like the Horsemen, the Syndicate, NWO, Hart Foundation, LWO, Monsters Eclipse, the New Blood, Degeneration X, the Bikers, that does matter. So these factions, the normal factions, are really trying to make sure that they can remain a team. And they have the advantage. Then you have the Judgment Day of Raven, JP, Jake Plague, and a brand new addition because we heard that Billy Kidman's gone. So Robbo, they went out and got Robbo. So Robbo now a member of the Judgment Day. So we will see him also on Thursday. So that should be interesting. Look at this. Butch Hart going, rolling up the leg of Sentinel, getting a 1 count already. Dragonuv, Bobby O, Father Time, and Dave make up a team. KVD, Strudel, Peyton Hardy, and Max Finnick possibly making up another team. Don't know about the Max Finnick part. We'll keep an eye on that. Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Booker T, and Braun Breaker making up the 4th deal. So, of all the teams you don't want to win, it's kind of that team, you know. Right after this, Booker T, yeah, signed a Legend deal, but the rest of them getting ready to go out. That's kind of like right now in the NWO, Kevin Nash has signed a Legends deal. So he'll be around, but not typically a big part of stuff. But the NWO calling upon him to kind of round out their team, you know what I mean? So kind of some big things that are going on right now. And it's hard to get my voice to go up higher right now, so we might not exactly see that in making the calls. You can still hear I got a cough, got a little bit of the stuff, the crud still. But look at Butch Hart. It's kind of funny. You know, we said, really, he is the nephew of Bret Hart. I said he was the son of Bret Hart. He is the nephew. He is the son, though, of the British Bulldog. And you can kind of see Dad, a little bit of Dad in him right there. So very resemblant to the British Bulldog. But obviously, almost like the Canadian Bulldog. Oh, Totes going, rolling up the leg of Stephen Borden Jr. Haven't talked a whole bunch about him. Now Totes and Butch getting after it. But a big thing in this match where this doesn't count directly into the Wrestle Wars, but the people who win these belts have a distinct advantage. So it does still play into Wrestle Wars. Who is going to get an advantage going into Wrestle Wars? We're going to have to see. We know that all of the belts matter. All of the title belts matter. So if you win a title belt, it does give you an advantage to include the special series belts of the WCW. Yeah, it's good to be back, man. I really miss you guys, and every day I keep putting it off and putting it off. We have a very small window right now to get this in. So I've got 58 more minutes. But I figured if anything else, even if it was going to be a kind of a shortened thing and we would have to finish it up on like a Thursday Thunder, it would still be worth it. Even if Thunder goes a little bit longer. But with all the changes, all the stuff going on, all the additions, all the subtractions, you know, we used to have the largest roster between us, Raw, SmackDown, everything. We had the largest roster. Now we actually have a much, much smaller roster. We opened up 10 spots. So there are 10 spots now for newcomers to come in and gain those spots. And that's another thing. You look at a lot of the things and a lot of the wrestlers that are gone, very few of them did we see a lot of. You know what I mean? Because they weren't created wrestlers necessarily. So some of them we got to hold on to, like the Benoits, the Bret Harts, Hogan. We got to hold on to them for Sting for right now. But those are some people that help drive storylines, help drive whatever. Paul now rolling up the leg, getting a 2 count on Butch already. Sentinel and Totes fighting it out up top. Eagle Star and Garrett Borden fighting it out right there. And here goes Paul, picks him up. That is his finisher. Is this going to do it? 1, 2, 3. And Butch Hart has been eliminated by Paul. And that was a close one right there. Eagle Star almost getting pinned. Totes now coming over, getting Sentinel. And now you can see like 2 of the tag teams working right now. But a member of the Hart Foundation going up against both of the brothers. And Garrett playing some mind games right now with Chris Benoit, but Chris Benoit showing you he's been around for a minute. Now rolls up the leg, and Totes breaks it up and then breaks up the other one. So Totes ends up saving Eagle Star from getting the pin right there. But look at this. Chris Benoit trying to tap out Garrett. Oh, did you see that with Sentinel? Eagle went to pound him. Sentinel stopped it, reversed it back around. And now Sentinel getting the extraction put on him, rolls him up. And Totes puts Sentinel out. Now this is where the guys, they got to start really watching what's going on. What is going on, Vipiro? Welcome to the stream, brother. Whoa, Totes bleeding out of his face, but is just putting people out after people out. Oh, I thought Totes was bleeding. Totes isn't bleeding now. Totes is setting him up. Is he going to get it in? Hits Stephen Borden Jr. with the extraction. And Totes losing the King of the Ring, something we haven't even talked about. But losing King of the Ring and now starting to go the hell off. Eagle Star. Oh, I didn't even realize this. Right now, Sentinel and Chris Benoit have got to act as a team. They've got to get either Totes or Eagle Star out, or they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Benoit right now taking the chair to Eagle. Paul getting things turned back around in the ring with Totes, but this is a huge mistake if Benoit does this. If Benoit, oh, well, Benoit didn't do it. Now Paul the thing, maybe he doesn't realize. Oh, what was that reversal? Look at this. Look at the state of that. Eagle gets him up, brings him back down on top of the chair, goes for the pin. And now it is all over but the crying. The Four Horsemen, the only members left versus Chris Benoit. And that does it your brand new 8-man tag champs.
Here are your winners, and the new WCW Extreme Tag Team Champions, the Four Horsemen.
So the Four Horsemen winning the 8-man tag titles, and I'm telling you, they don't need any more help, believe you me. Eagle Star now getting that little bump from the 8-man tag titles and the Horsemen as well. So the Horsemen and the Syndicate actually set up in a very good spot going into these matches. You're going to look, the Judgment Day getting a shot here tonight against the LWO to kind of flip the script on them and put themselves in a better position as well. So something to definitely keep an eye on. You know, I was watching Solo Season Universe. I was watching him, and he explained a slider that I did not understand. You think you understand some of the sliders, but sometimes you don't understand the sliders. So Digital Dog and Angel have had their sliders slightly tweaked. And now that it's a one-on-one match, it'll be very, very interesting to see if it works.
Is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Bikers from Authority Megacorp HQ, weighing in at 382 pounds, the WCW Hardcore Champion, the Dog.
See, I have long said that I don't believe Digital's wrestler would be the kind of wrestler that would sit there and play it up to the crowd. And if you watch Digital wrestle, a lot of the times, the mistake that is made is how he plays it up to the crowd. And at the wrong times, absolutely the wrong times. I didn't understand there's actually a slider in there that sounds like, oh, you would want to be this, but it makes you taunt to the crowd more. There's some wrestlers that absolutely should be taunting to the crowd more. So what we want to do here is watch. I crank down.
And his opponent, representing the LWO from San Juan, Puerto Rico, weighing in at 239 pounds, Archangel Angel.
So I crank down the thing that will make them taunt to the crowd. So I really want to see. That doesn't mean they will never do it, but it shouldn't happen as much. It should be much more businesslike. So some people I've gone through and cranked it up because I think their wrestler would be that way, and some I have cranked it down. So we're going to get to see in this one what happens so far. Dubs is part of the Syndicate, yep. Dubs absolutely a part of the Syndicate. So right now, I don't know, like I don't have the information to know if Max Fennig is still a part of the Syndicate. I believe he is. But I believe he serves more like the bodyguard now of Jay Savage. Not necessarily a big wrestling member of the faction. Or an active wrestling member of the faction, if that makes any sense. Oh, A-Dubs, Andrew Dubs. So getting off, you know, we've been looking at different ways to include Angel. We have cranked down Angel's thing because Angel is another one. I just don't think, when you look at him, I don't think that Angel would be a big, like, crowd player necessarily. And I think that's where sometimes some of these wrestlers make mistakes. Now, sometimes I think they are, and I think those are the mistakes that should be made because I think that that's how they would be. So both of them kind of tuned it down. There's about 10 wrestlers I tuned down that that thing. And it's funny because you think it would be a thing that's a good thing. It says prideful. Oh yeah, it's boasting with pride. But what that does is it makes your character play it up to the crowd all the time. So unless that's what you were going for. So sometimes you got to overlook the words. You got to overlook what it says and what it means in English, right? And look at what it means as far as AI wrestling goes. There's one of them that makes that your wrestler will go after countouts. Like, they'll be fine with the countout. There's another one that makes them not fine with the countout. You know, so, like, you got to look at that stuff, forget about what the words are, and then play it up that way. Now, remember, this is a match. We have 8 singles matches, but those 8 singles matches will not fit in the actual arena. Like, there's not enough matches. So, 4 one-on-one, 4 singles matches will happen on Nitro. This is the start of it. 4 singles matches will happen on Thunder. All of them count for points. Now, if you've read the thing, you get X number of points for a win. You get a point for a pin, and you get 2 points for a submission because we just don't see as many submissions. So, if you've got a submission specialist on your team, that could really play out and help you a lot in Wrestle Wars. See, this is a match so far. I'm loving that so far it's working. I think both these guys are wrestling exactly how they would be wrestling in real life. Normally, we would have seen Digital Dogs up playing it up to the crowd. I don't think Digital gives a rat's ass about the crowd, to be fair. Like, if you look at his character, half machine, half human, probably doesn't care about the crowd. But here we go, getting ready to go for a ride. No, Angel turns it around. And Angel, like, I think before winning the World Championship, probably, you know, playing it up to the crowd, doing the whatever. But I think once you won the World Championship, you probably got a lot more business going on. Like, you probably look at it a lot more straightforward. And Angel almost getting the best of Digital, almost scoring the points for the LWO right now. Bikers and the LWO trying to get the advantage early on here in Wrestle Wars Round 1. Look! And what a crazy pin! Angel ends up pinning Digital. Ends up pinning Angel and scoring the points for the LWO. So, kind of on the male side of the biker faction, you know, they look to Digital to lead them. And the actual leader of the LWO, Angel, getting off to a fast start for his faction. Now, look at this. Former Universal World Champion Sting and current WCW World Champion getting after it here in the first round of Wrestle Wars. Is the Four Horsemen, or is the faction of Steam, is Team Sting? Boy, say that 95 times fast. Is Team Sting going to get off and actually start scoring some points?
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Four Horsemen from Montgomery, Alabama, weighing in at 240 pounds, the WCW World Heavyweight Champion, Bama Boy!
So Angel scores 3 points for the win and 1 point for the pin. So now scoring 4 points already for the LWO. And like I said, you know, these guys are going to want to win. But more importantly, you don't want to be one of the first 4 teams to lose. One of those teams is going to stop existing. And I told you, Bama, that mask for the entrance would be coming back, and coming back it is. Now Sting getting ready to make his way down to the ring. I'm very excited about the wrestling war thing. Like,
And his opponent, representing the team from Venice Beach, California, weighing in at 259 pounds, the Icon.
I'm very excited about the Wrestle War thing. You know, you look at the King and the Queen of the Ring tournament. That was a tournament style. This is a lot more kind of round robin-esque. You know what I mean? You can score the points. We kind of got part of the idea from Blaze, part of the idea from Solo, part of the idea from another source. Kind of made it into our own thing, and now we are going to have our own little deal. But I thought one of the more interesting things would be something that really matters, even more than winning, would be not losing. So you can see this right here, kind of a brand new look for Sting as well. Bringing his sons into the mix, passing his legacy on to his boys. But Sting still has a lot left in the tank, so setting up a retirement, yes, but I still don't think we're going to see a retirement coming soon. Well, and that's what we're talking about, Vipero. Maybe somebody got replaced, maybe somebody didn't. Right now it's Max Fennig. Max Fennig may have got replaced, or maybe just moved into more of, maybe into a different role. Like maybe he's not all the way out of it, you know what I mean? Oh, you know, Blaze knows he heard his name. That you know, you think you speak Rex's name a couple times. Like 3 times, like Beetlejuice, and he appears. You speak Blaze Radio's name 1 time, and Blaze will appear. What is going on, brother? Welcome to the stream. So if you guys haven't gone and checked out Blaze Radio, go check that out. He does a lot of cool stuff on his channel. If you guys are in the Family Feud, like obviously wrestling, right? Obviously. You guys, if you're in there, I don't see anybody in the stream right now that doesn't understand Blaze Radio and wrestling. But what you might not know is Blaze Radio does some other things like Family Feud, like Game Night. Super fun. Really, really good time. So go check that out. It's a party over on Blaze Radio's channel. So go check that out. What is going on, Herbie? Welcome to the stream, brother. That's what I'm saying. That's why I had to be like Beetlejuice. I just had to say like the Beetlejuice thing. That way people knew, because if I said the name 2 more times, you say his name and he will appear. But look at who's laying down on the job right now. Charles Robinson doesn't even know what is going on. Now finally getting back to his feet. Sting taking advantage of it, though. Charles Robinson hasn't started the count for the wrestlers being on the outside of the ring. Still has not done that. That's like me, you know, what really got me started in doing anything like the wrestling announcing thing is I used to do a thing at parties where I would DJ. I wouldn't be the one that would do the music. I would be the guy talking in between, so they would give me a microphone, and I've got a radio voice. Now, I don't know that I can do it right now, like just getting over being sick, but goes something like this. 93 Zoo FM, playing today's hottest hit music. You're here with you, so you know what I mean. So not a far shot off of announcing for wrestling. And look, to be fair, I get bored to death listening to the game announce these things. Bored to death. That's why, like, if you've got a channel where you're letting the game announce, I probably won't watch it. I want to watch it, but I'm just telling you, I probably won't watch it. But you get people involved like, oh! Look at the state of that. That is the first time Bama has lost since. since winning the world title. Now, world title was not on the line by any means, but what was on the line were points. And so Sting walking away with 4 points, getting the pin on Bama. Now, what's funny about that is you would think because you could score more points with the submission and Sting having the Scorpion Deathlock, that Sting would have used the Scorpion Deathlock to get a slight advantage, score 1 more point. So this is the stuff I'm talking about. Inside this wrestling war, inside Wrestle War 1, submission specialists can score more points for their team. We don't see a lot of it, right? We don't see a lot of submissions in here. That's why we made it so it's 1 more. So here we go. The third match of the wrestling war. There are 4 of them tonight, all back to back, but Dragonuv now facing off against GC Rock. Oh, I love Sting. Yeah. Sometimes, though, like you win the title belt, you get a little overconfident. I don't think Bama will make that same mistake again.
Making his way to the ring from the edge of reality, weighing in at 232 pounds, the Dragon.
So the other neat thing, we've already said you're going to see 4 fatal 4-way matches, fatal 4-way elimination matches. You're going to see 4 8-man tag team matches. And then you're also going to see 2 8-man single matches elimination. So there's plenty of time to score points, but the rounds will go quick. You will have this Nitro, you have the next Thunder where you'll get another 4 matches, and then you get the Wrestle War. Just the same way we did it with the King and Queen of the Ring. Same idea, same format, same style. We'll see that format through the first 2 rounds, and then from there it might get changed up a little bit because we're going to have fewer and fewer and fewer teams. So in round 2, instead of having 8-man matches, it's going to be 6-man matches because we're going to lose 4 teams. So very interesting. The points will always carry, so it's not like, oh yeah, we made it through round 1. You got to do well throughout the entire war. It is a war. That is why it's called Wrestling War, not wrestling, battle a couple times. This is a wrestling war, and so yeah, you might lose some of the battles, but it's all about winning the war. Or you can win all the battles, and that'll absolutely determine that you win the war. So there is that. Look at the brand new look of GC Rock. I'd keep your eyes open throughout most of this stuff. Just because I wasn't on the air doing things, that means I'm doing this kind of thing. Constantly making things better, constantly evolving. And GC Rock, no exception to that rule. Look at the state of this. So GC Rock, we haven't seen a whole bunch of stuff because, he ends up losing the television title and then kind of took a step back, maybe healing from the run that he was on, maybe trying to get ready for his next run, maybe trying to get ready for Wrestle War. But this is going to be the third match of the Wrestling War. Again, we're going to see 4 matches on Nitro, 4 on Thunder, and then a Wrestling War. We've got a brand new arena, Wrestling War Arena, that we will conclude in every single one of the events. So that will conclude the round. 5 rounds in the war, and we will see how it all works out. Look at the state of this. Dragonuv going, getting his own wrestling school. And now getting after G, trying to show his students that he understands how to wrestle against the bigger guys. Try to go after and grab him a couple times. G not having it, so he goes right back into letting the hands go. And that is something Dragonuv will do and will take it off. Will take off on those top ropes as well. What? Already a 2 count. I think Dragonuv starting to understand the exact power GC Rock holds back behind those punches. And he's about to see about 10 of them right now, straight to the chest. And 10 it was. Absolutely devastating move. GC Rock getting fired up. And, you know, we talked about that setting. You look back on that last match on the Angel Digital, or the Angel Digital match, you didn't see a lot of crowd taunting. So it absolutely works. Know that if you want your wrestler to taunt to the crowd more, prideful, crank that up. If you want it less, crank it down. Probably not, but there's a lot in store for Vipero and Zack Hamilton. There's a lot of cool things that are coming. And don't get me wrong, sometimes you are going to be each other's managers. So, not saying that won't happen, but when you look at Jay Savage, like his main thing is putting together this stuff, being the mastermind behind the things that are going on. And Jay Savage, make no mistake about it, go back and watch Totes and Recon Delta in that King of the Ring match. I don't think Recon wins that match without Jay Savage in his corner. So Jay Savage, for some reason, his character plays the manager role very well, and not all of us do. You put me as your manager, I don't do jack. My guy doesn't do anything that helps you out. I just sit there and like cheer you on. So having Jay Savage in your corner who actually does stuff, it's invaluable. Yeah. There's going to be a lot of storylines that form, and there's going to be a lot of storylines that come to a head here before too long. Eric Bischoff, our GM, making some crazy moves right now. Like, it is looking like you have to be a legend-style wrestler, an older-style wrestler, not a created wrestler, but an older wrestler to even be in the New World Order. Now, wouldn't that be interesting? That's why Chris Ray no longer in the New World Order. There's going to be other factions like maybe the Syndicate, maybe the Horsemen, where you couldn't be an older wrestler if you wanted to. There's going to be one like maybe the Hart Foundation where created wrestlers and older wrestlers are in it. So a lot of stuff to keep an eye on, a lot of stuff to watch. Oh, GC Rock trying to get after Dragonuv, but Dragonuv playing the mind games, using the stairs to his advantage. And, you know, I think if we were betting people at the beginning of this match, you would have bet that GC Rock would have destroyed Dragonuv. And it looked early on like that may be exactly how it was going to go. However, not necessarily the case. Oh, look, Dragonuv saying, okay, we've played it my way for a little bit. Now let's go toe-to-toe. Let's play right into GC Rock. Let me prove to you that I can stand here and take it. Splits GC Rock open. And now Dragonuv playing another mind game with GC Rock, letting him know that he can do it. But look at that. Couldn't take him off his feet with the missile drop kick. Does get him down. because GC Rock a little bit staggered, a little bit off balance, and Dragonuv quickly right back to that clothesline, takes him down, and now getting to work while he is on the ground. Yeah, you look at some storylines, they go fast. Some don't go fast. Some take a while. Some, really, that biker story has been going on since probably season 2. Becky has been begging for the bike, begging for a shot. Finally worked her way in, got the shot. Couldn't come through with it. But now GC Rock getting ready to come through with what looks like, and it is the Rockopotamus. This might do it. That is a move that has ended a lot of people's nights. 1, 2, 3. And GC Rock earning 4 points for his team as well.
Here is your winner, the unrelenting GC Rock.
So you look at some of these things, like I said, it's not going to be just about who's winning, but also about who's losing. One of those other teams ends up losing, like not that big of a deal, but it could happen. They came in to be the spoiler, and they could end up messing up, actually getting one of the factions booted. So the last match of the night for Wrestle War 1 is going to be Raven versus Recon Delta. Realize, too, you know, we talked about it a little bit, but Billy Kidman now retiring, or at least moving on, did not re-sign with the WCW. The leader, Raven, quickly replacing him with a former Four Horseman and Robbo. You know, you saw the way Robbo was going with that toxic look, now an actual member of the Judgment Day.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, representing the Judgment Day from the bottomless pit, weighing in at 228 pounds, Raven!
So Raven, leader of the Judgment Day, the Ravens flock version of the Judgment Day, was the hardcore champion at one point and then losing to Digital Dogs. And
representing the Syndicate from Elysian Fields, weighing in at 252 pounds, the Ring of Men's All-Star Champion, Recto Dalton.
so your brand new King of the Ring, still having that attire being worked on right now, has not come in as of yet, but it will. The King and the Queen will be able to have some of that attire, a brand new look to show that, yes, they are the King and Queen of the Ring. So will be super exciting. I'm telling you what, because you look at the Horsemen, you look at the Syndicate, you look at all these guys, any one of these teams could be out. Like, there's a lot on the line in Wrestle War. If you are willing to put yourself into the ring, not only for all the riches and all the glory, you also put yourself in harm's way. The Horsemen, by the end of this, could be no more. The NWO, no more. D-Generation X, you're out of here. Bikers, nope. So, it's crazy what is on the line. It is not just about the winning. It is about making sure that your faction still exists by the end of this war. There are winners and losers in war, and look, at the end of the day, winning's not for everyone. Again, Vipero, so far we don't exactly know who got knocked out. We know the one that would have been, it would be Max Finnig. But I don't know that Max Finnig is necessarily out. It looks like he still may be on as kind of a bodyguard type for Jay Savage. So it's something we got to keep an eye on. He may be out, he may not be. But we definitely want to keep an eye on that. But almost every single thing here tonight has an effect on the Wrestle Wars. Now, this is the last match for points tonight in the Wrestling War, but we have seen multiple different things, like any title matches, that has a direct effect on Wrestling War because those belts give that wrestler an advantage. So any advantage that you could have in Wrestling War is crazy. And look at that. Recon Delta saying acknowledge your king. They do, but Raven trying not to acknowledge his king, trying to acknowledge him right upside his head. Take that elbow upside his head. Take that elbow upside his head. So, look at this. Is he going to get one over on him? Gets it in. That is his finisher. Now he's awful close to the ropes, too. Oh, the king. The king kicks out. In two. Raven now picks him up, going up to that second rope. Recon getting back to his feet. And Raven just straight up misses. Dumped right over the top of him. Completely misses him. Recon now trying to take advantage of that. And this might be it right here. Watch out. Hits him with that huge clothesline. Now 1, 2. But that is usually the prelude to the Delta variant. Raven using the ropes to get back up to his feet. Recon taking the time to choke him with that top rope. And now Recon taking, we don't normally see this out of Recon, but going up top, drops the elbow, grabs the leg, 1, 2. And you got to believe that he is going to, I think he is calling for it right now. Looks like he may be calling for it. Raven getting it turned back around, and this match thought it was going to be over before, but then Recon fights through. Now Raven fighting through, both men wanting to gain these points for their factions. And you can almost look like Recon kind of a, not the leader, but like a moral leader. Has won the world title, has won the King of the Ring, really helping. And there it is, the Delta variant, and you just don't get up from it. 1, 2, 3, and Recon Delta brings them points home. 4 points for the Syndicate.
Here is your winner, Dalton.
But it looked at one point like Raven was going to get the win, and then ends up not being able to come through and complete the victory. But Recon Delta showing you why he is the king of the ring. Kind of another debut of sorts. Alana Davis making her debut here tonight in the WCW Special Series Women's Survival Championship match. Completely random. Don't know how it's going to go, but the match is fought just like it is for the men's title. So we are going to see right now who is going to be in what order in this match.
The following contest is an Elimination Chamber match and is for the WCW Extreme Classic Championship. Making her way to the ring from wherever she wants, the Nightmare Anna Davis.
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you take a look at Alana Davis, almost lines up really nice with the Sorceress and with Witcher, but not a member of that faction. Is that something that's going to be in the future? We know a long time ago Alana Davis was aligned with the women who are in the NWO as of right now, but will she go back that way? Will she walk her own path, or will she align maybe with Witcher and the Sorceress and the Bikers? Hard to say. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Freaky.
And her opponents, first, representing the Bikers, from the other side of darkness, Sorceress Storm Steel.
It's funny, you just speak the Sorceress's name and she shall appear. So Storm Steel now making her way down to the ring. A member of the Bikers, a tag team partner of Witchers. So you know that these two aren't going to be one of the first two members of the match, and really sets them up to be in a position to earn titles. Now, remember, the women will have their own Wrestle Wars. That is coming, and it'll be after the men. But it's the same thing. There will be 8 women teams, and still working on sorting out the who and the how, because of a lot of the things where, you know, you look at a lot of even the trades that WCW made weren't able to re-sign some of those wrestlers, so a lot of them going back over to either the WCW or the WWE, or maybe even some of them want to go back to NXT. So you're going to see a women's division with about 30 wrestlers in it.
The Judgment Day from the West Side, Kidman.
So it'll be interesting. Out of those 10 open slots that we have right now, How many of those are going to be filled with female wrestlers? You think there's 30 women wrestlers right now. If there's 8 teams of 4, I mean, that's right on the border of 28. You know what I mean? So, or 32. So, there still has to be a few wrestlers that get added. Will they be added like a Kelly Kidman, Judge Julie Justice, where I straight make them up? Or Victoria Van Diver, Storm Steel? Or will they come from subscribers to our channel that start becoming involved in the chat or in the comment sections? So guys, or girls, really, I'm just throwing it out there. You want to be a part of it, you got a really good shot right now.
From Austin, Texas, one half of the WCW Women's World Tag Team Champions, the Grim Reaper, Mighty Watson.
But you have a very good shot. You got the priority right now because we are looking for more female wrestlers. We need at least 2, if not more. But to strengthen the women's division, would be nice to be sitting around probably 35 wrestlers, and it would make sense for the title belts that are currently out there right now. So, we've gone out and tried to recruit a few. Hasn't worked as of yet. But if you're a subscriber to the channel already, or you're just seeing it for the first time and you want to become a wrestler, let me go ahead and link the Discord in the chat.
And representing the Monster Eclipse from Limbo, the Webmaster, Nikkita Walters.
Look at the state of Nikkita Walters. Well, look, to be fair, like one of kind of my favorite wrestlers right now. Kind of changed up some things on her, and now she's not doing too bad. And one of the Walter sisters, so that's got to be freaky all by itself. Since we're here, right, when in Rome, we are in a new month, so
From Death Valley, Miss Nightmare.
speaking of women, look, Olivia just got gifted a membership. We start getting more active, you know what I mean? Brooklyn Joker, congratulations. Gifted a 30-day membership. McWayne, Olivia, Matt Stump, and G5 all gifted Bark Squad level 1 memberships. Now, guys, you want to become a member of the channel, like beyond the subscribing, it starts as low as $4.99. I think we have a $4.99, a $6.99, and a $9.99. But go ahead, get involved doing that. We have some stuff. Now, the title belt is still coming. We're still going to do that. We've got some other things to get through, and me losing my job has not helped. But that is still coming. Working on that right now. So as soon as I can get the belt, we will also start that, and hopefully that'll start after Wrestle Wars. So maybe that'll be the next big thing that we're doing, you know what I mean? So yeah, don't worry about that. That is still coming. We are still going to be doing that. But here we go. Miss Nightmare and Nikkita Walters starting it out in the ring. Who is going to be the next one to come out? Is it going to be Kelly Kidman, Misti Watson, Alana Davis, or Storm Steel? Who is going to be the next one released in? I'm going to say Kelly Kidman. But you want to talk about just some freaking competitors. I think Misti might be the only one that is not freaky. The rest of them, they got some freakiness to them, you know what I mean? We will gift our next 5 memberships at Wrestle War Round 1. I also just bought myself 34 more minutes, so hopefully that will get us through this show. Oh, I was wrong. Alana Davis now making her way into the ring. I would say, like, if you're Nikkita Walters, that's got to be scary being in with Miss Nightmare and Alana Davis, but it's probably got to be equally as scary for Nikkita Walters. You look at her brothers, Wade War Walters and Brutus Walters, she's probably not too freaked out about anything being in that ring right now. She might be the one that you got to be scared of. Oh, don't be sorry. I lost it a couple months ago. And it has been a blessing in disguise. Like, it has really been a blessing. Me and my wife are getting ready to do some really cool stuff. And I could have a job right now. I've been offered plenty of jobs. I'm very good at what I do. But when I sat back and I thought about it, I don't know. Matter of fact, the thing that I'm doing today at 11:30 my time in 35 minutes is there's another guy who has started a business, very good friend of our family's, and I'm going to help him out. Get him going with his stuff. So now Misti getting released into the ring. So now this has turned into a fatal 4-way so far in the inaugural WCW version of this match. Nobody has been eliminated, and as soon as I say that, Nikkita Walters pins Miss Nightmare. So Misti Watson, former world champion, not in WCW, but in other promotions. Miss Nightmare, the same in other promotions, has been a world champion. And Nikkita Walters now all in the ring. But look at this. Nikkita Walters going back and forth, controlling the action in the ring against 2 former world champions in their own right. Now, you kind of wonder, is Miss Nightmare or is Misti going to be going after, since Judge Julie Justice has now won the WCW world title. But again, the world titles are only going to be defended for the time being at pay-per-views. We've got a lot of making up to do in some other arenas. Now that Wrestle War starts, we're going to have the Wrestling War stuff going on. We're going to have the other stuff going on. It is going to be quite interesting. What is going on, Iron Taylor? Welcome to the stream, brother. And I appreciate that. That's very cool of you to say. Miss Nightmare. Did Kelly was it Kelly Kidman that got, no, there's Kelly. It was Alana Davis that got pinned. I thought it was Miss Nightmare, but their looks are so similar. I thought it was Miss Nightmare, but it was Alana Davis that took the pin in that one, so my bad on that. Miscalled that one. Miss Nightmare still in it now, rolling up the leg of Nikkita. 1, 2, 3, and Miss Nightmare pins Nikkita Walters. And then there were 4. One of them has not been released into the ring as of yet. Nightmare now going, trying to get the pin on Kelly Kidman. Misti, look at that move. Kind of hurt her back a little bit on that move too. Thought she might have gone for the pin. And now Storm Steel, the Sorceress, makes her way into the ring as well. Now one of these 4 women are going to win this Special Series title belt in its inaugural match. We have already seen the men for a long time. The women used to have a belt, but now that belt is back as well. Yeah, WCW was always my favorite. That was the one. I appreciate that, Sentinel. Everything is going really well. We're making our next moves here too. I think it's going to be good. Miss Nightmare throws Storm into the corner, but Misti gets in the way. And just to show you that no good deed goes unpunished. Oh, Dark Witcher, thank you. Welcome back to the Bark Squad. Dark Witcher was a member of the Bark Squad many moons ago. Well, 4 many moons, I should say. And then something happened with the channel. And so, yeah, welcome back. Witcher always a part of the Bark Squad, though. I wasn't worried about it. 2, 3, and look at this. Miss Nightmare is taking control. Got 2 of the pins already and pins Kelly Kidman. Again, when you look at the Special Series title belts, where you've got the WCW title belts, you've got the Universal title belts, those all have residual effects. They have bonuses and residual effects for winning them. Oh, that is the Bone Crusher. But Misti stops the pin there. I say she stops it, and then she tries to get the pin herself. 2. And only a 2 count. But the special title belts have a bonus that comes with them, but no residual effects. So if you hold the title belt, you do have the advantage of that title belt. It's a boost. It's a 5-point boost to your character. But when you lose it, you lose it. There's no residual effect. Whereas, let's say, the U.S. title, it's a 7-point boost, but there's a 1-point residual boost. So that always will stay with you. It will constantly help get your characters better. So the title belts absolutely matter in WCW. Misti now rolling up Miss Nightmare. And look at that. I don't think Miss Nightmare expected that one coming, but Misti taking out Miss Nightmare. And now it is down to the Sorceress and Misty Watson. Which one will become the very first women's WCW Special Series Survival title belt holder? We're about to find out coming up here shortly. So here we go. Right now, ever since Misti took out Miss Nightmare, the Sorceress has been in charge of the match. Misti now getting things turned back around. And remember, Misty Watson, a former world champion in the WWE and in TSW, has not won the world championship here yet. But when Kylie became the third one, that's her tag team partner. And Misti, though, becomes the very first women's survival title belt holder.
Here is your winner, and new WCW Extreme Classic Champion, the Grim Reaper, Mighty Watson.
So you want to talk about the rich getting richer, the women's NWO, the longest faction we've ever had. But the women's NWO and the Order of the Phoenix just racking up title belts and really putting themselves in very good positions in this current Wrestle War 1 that is going on right now. My favorite moment in the WCW was when, so the NWO gets formed, right? And they're just running roughshod through the WCW. They're just doing the thing. And Surfer Sting turns to the Crow. That was my favorite moment in the WCW. You know, the WCW, and that is why about 4 or 5 years ago, I started doing this. Even though it wasn't all WCW, but I started doing this because I missed that style. I missed those storylines. I missed that style of storytelling. And so we started it. It started out as the TSW, then we moved to the WWE, and then this would be how they could bring back the WCW, make it its own show, its own entity. Still have some crossover here and there at pay-per-views, but really make it its own brand and let it live on its own. Absolutely changed the business. Hogan turning changed the business. But here we go, the debut of Zack Hamilton. We saw the debut of him wrestling, but now we're witnessing the debut of Zack Hamilton in the Syndicate. And this goes to show you that Jay Savage is trying to stay one step ahead of everything. Saw how fast he won that match and then wanted Zack Hamilton in the Syndicate, getting him a television title shot probably faster than he should have gotten it, but Jay Savage making the moves in the back, getting him his title shot. Can Zack Hamilton take advantage of it? Can Zack Hamilton take the momentum that he's got and turn it in to a television title win? Now, you know, we talked about the the NWO and the Order of the Phoenix on the women's side. It is the same for the Four Horsemen and the Syndicate on the men's side. Both factions jockeying themselves back and forth to try to gain the advantage in this Wrestle War. If Zack Hamilton can come through here tonight and win the television title, that is a huge advantage. Not just to Zack Hamilton, but to the Syndicate, and taking some of the power, taking some of the ratings away from the Four Horsemen. Yeah, I wish when Kevin Nash was doing the booking, he would never have booked the finger poke of doom, though. Like, that's... It was getting silly at that time, like. But yeah, I was always a WCW over the WWE guy. I just was.
Introducing the challenger from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing in at 200 pounds, the great Zack Hamilton. And his opponent, from the nearest nightclub, weighing in at 304 pounds, the WCW World Television Champion, Rowdy.
David Arquette, David Flair should have never won the world title. Like, that just really minimized the title belt. Like, they shouldn't have did that. I know what they were trying to do, like, to be so different from the WWE, but they shouldn't have did it. They could have did the same thing a different way. But we don't do that here, and right now the WCW television title on the line. Realize it is Rowdy Hunt's favorite title, so a lot of meaning. Rowdy not wanting to lose this match. And the Horsemen showing you that they have a number of different managers that come down with them, just like the original Horsemen did. Yeah, that's the whole thing, you know, like you're in your wrestling organization and your wrestling promotion, the titles have got to matter. And if you look at Solo Season Universe, the titles matter. If you look at Blaze Radio, the titles matter. If you look here, the titles matter. And they now matter more than ever. Before, it wasn't like you weren't getting buffs from it, but now, if you're the title holder, you are getting a buff from that title. It is not easy to be a challenger and win the title. You want your title shot, and that's good. But it is not easy to win those titles. So, look at Zack Hamilton absolutely getting after Rowdy right now. Rowdy wheeling a little bit. Zack trying to grab him, and Rowdy now trying to slow Zack down. And that is going to be the thing. Zack is going to get a number of moves in on Rowdy. But it is not going to take Rowdy as many moves to win. You can see the effects of just a couple moves already. Rowdy. Lot of power behind his moves. So it is going to take a longer string of moves for Zack Hamilton. And you can see right now, can't even get a grip on Rowdy. So it's going to have to be where Zack is letting the hands go. He is going to have to take it off the ropes. He's going to have to take it off the top of the ropes. He's going to have to take it in the middle of the ropes. He's going to have to use the ring to his advantage to get ahead of Rowdy right now. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Agent Destin. We will see you in the next one, brother. So look at that. That is a crazy big move. Luckily, able to get out of the way briefly, but Rowdy right back on the offense. I think Rowdy, too, understands. B-Fab, you look at her. Really setting up, scouting out the opponents for Rowdy, letting Rowdy know exactly what he needs to do, and Rowdy executing. But look, Rowdy, not above Rowdy. I told you there is a setting, and already 9. And he is going to win this one on a countout. Jay Savage tries to stop the count, but doesn't do it in time, and Rowdy wins by countout.
WCW World Television Champion, Rowdy Hunt.
Again. Belts can't change hands on a countout, but if you're the champ, it doesn't even matter. Still goes in the win column, and he still retains the WCW television title. Zack Hamilton still cannot believe what just happened. But you leave it to Rowdy. Rowdy will find a way to win. Rowdy is going to find a way to retain that title. Now, for the first time, Awesome Christina being unmasked. Brand new look, brand new face scan for Awesome Christina. Down to the final 2 matches of the evening. This might be the only one that doesn't have anything to do. Like, there's no title on the line, has nothing to do with Wrestle War. One match tonight really has no bearing one way or the other, except for winning streaks. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he needed it either, but that just goes to show you Rowdy's going to end that match however he can. Doesn't matter. Winning is winning. And when you look at the enforcer of the 4 horsemen, he epitomizes a horseman. They don't care how they win as long as they win. You know, another crazy thing, I went back and I was looking at all the stuff. Totes actually won 20 matches in a row. There was a match in there that was a fatal 4-way match. Ends up winning actually 20 matches in a row. So 20 was the number. Had he beat Recon at the King of the Ring, it would have been I don't know how I got off on my number, but that is crazy. So 20 is the record for men or women winning. And look at this, the newcomer, Lexi Hart, obviously one of the Hart sisters and members of the Hart Foundation, will be stepping in the ring tonight against Awesome Christina. So quite the task she's going to have ahead of her. But Awesome Christina unveiling her brand new look, and then Lexi getting her probably, I think this is her first singles shot. She has been in a tag match, but in her first singles match, and you can see that there's an obvious size discrepancy between the two, but realize she has come out of Stu Hart's dungeon, so she very well versed in how to use her size or use her opponent's size against them. So not going to be an easy thing for Awesome Christina here tonight, but new look for Awesome Christina. Look, grabs the leg. One. And AC kicking out in one. I think with AC's brand new look, we are going to start seeing a lot more of her. I have made that prediction before, but then we went right into a new game, and then I didn't like how I got the look. I love this new look of Awesome Christina. We have spent a lot of time on face scans and getting everybody a face scan. Every single person now looks different from another person. You could look at that person now and know exactly who they are. And I think that's different from other universes. Like other universes, I don't know. So if you guys are listening and you're from another universe, whether you want to be a part of this universe or not, we're going to get back to doing our creator streams. If you want to upload your wrestler and have me do a face scan, have me face scan your wrestler for you, I'll do it. If you guys want me to master craft your wrestler, I'll do it. It'd be a lot of fun. Then I can re-upload it for you. You can download it and use it in any of the universes you want to use them in. No cost. No cost to you. So you can look at our wrestlers right now, and I'm telling you what, I will put our wrestlers up against anybody's wrestlers. If you look at the overall, the sum of the whole of the 100 cost slots that you have, we win. I'm telling you, I believe we win. And that's not to say that others are bad by any stretch of the imagination. I just, there's a lot of little details that go into every single one of these wrestlers. So, yeah. But anyway, back to the match. Awesome Christina now starting to make some inroads, getting things turned around, and realize this. She's got a lot of power behind her. Remember, her tag team partner is Crimson. Very powerful women duo. Upload your wrestler using the hashtag Totes. That's hashtag TOTES. And then, yeah, you become an active part, like you've been a very active part of this. Just stay active, and I will download them for sure, and they will be a part of this. We've got 10 open spots right now. So become a member of the channel. You don't even have to ask. One of the perks of being a member of the channel is your wrestler is in our universe mode. Or, for absolutely free, just be an active member. Upload your wrestler using hashtag Totes, hashtag TOTES. And yeah, you'll see Iron Taylor becoming a part of the universe. If you look at most of these people inside the chat, Dubs, he has a wrestler. Digital Dogs has a wrestler. Sentinel has a wrestler. Bama Boy, wrestler. Brooklyn Joker, wrestler. Witcher, she's got a wrestler. Vipiro, Agent Destin, Sentinel, Blazed Radio. That's almost every single person in the chat. Oh, I about said 3 while I was up here looking at some stuff and I was going through some things. I about said 3. But Lexi Hart kicking out now, trying to get things turned back around. Delivering the knees. Letting the knees and the elbows really go. Awesome Christina. AC thought she ducked the one and then ends up getting roundhouse by the other. Getting set up. Lexi trying to stalk her prey. Huge right hand. I didn't think that hand was going to do quite what it did, but AC uses that to her advantage. No sells the right hand. And look at this. Lexi playing it up to the crowd. AC kind of lulled her to sleep, now picks her up and thought that was going to be her finisher. Gets bulldogged off the second rope, rolls up the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Lexi Hart comes out with the victory.
Here is your winner,
Lexi Hart coming away with the victory, getting after it, beating a much larger wrestler, and AC having a little bit of momentum already. Ends up, though, coming out of the win, kind of bringing the momentum to the Hart Foundation and to her own style. Now, JP Squared, Jake Plague, and JP getting a shot at the WCW World Titles against the LWO. While this isn't directly related to Wrestle Wars, this is going to have a direct effect. Right now, the LWO having the advantage, but can they hold on to it? Can they take that into Wrestle Wars, or will the Judgment Day step up and take this advantage going into Wrestle Wars? We are about to find out. You know, these two guys right here get on the same page, it is going to be scary. These guys have the opportunity to be a very, very scary tag team in the tag team division. You look at the power of Jake Plague, still moves good for a big guy, but then you look at the speed and the willingness, like, I don't know, the JP will stop at nothing to win. So you look at that, you put that under Raven's leadership, and now think about this. You've got Raven, Jake Plague, JP, and now Robbo all apart. Like, this has got a shot to be a very, very formidable group. And again, we still don't even know if they're related to the WWE's Judgment Day. We don't even know if Rhea Ripley reached out to Raven. And I'm saying Rhea Ripley, RR, reaching out to Raven. Maybe that's the clue that we've been missing. Maybe they are all together, or maybe Raven just ripped it off and said, hey, screw you guys, I'm taking the name, come and do something about it. Not exactly sure, but these guys here have been on another level. The LWO, the Hit Squad, one of the oldest tag teams that we've ever had. Now, when the Hit Squad joined the LWO, that's one thing, but as the Hit Squad, you see they still wear their tag team name. And for the longest time, one of the greatest tag teams to have never won tag team gold, now here in the WCW winning a major tag team title. You know, before they had won the TSW Intercontinental titles, but never the world titles. And now here in the WCW, they have won the WCW World Championship. So, definitely something to keep an eye on. But main event of the evening getting ready to go on right now. Winner gaining a major advantage or keeping.
Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 421 pounds, the Judgment Day. And their opponents at a combined weight of 455 pounds, the WCW World Tag Team Champions, the LWO.
So, World Tag Team title belts on the line right here tonight. Charles Robinson letting everybody know that they are, in fact, on the line. And now we're ready to get this thing started. Is the Judgment Day going to be able to come away with these title belts? Are they going to be able to take away the advantage, the small advantage of the LWO? Or is the LWO going to be able to retain? Did he become the world champion? I could see that. Like, it makes sense. You look at how long he was the Intercontinental Champion. Like, I think he would be a great WWE World Champion. So, like, I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. Look at this. We have never seen a double team move quite like that. So you can see these guys have been working out, working on things, working on different stuff that has gone on and becoming a better tag team, especially when you look at moves like that. JP now getting after Kempty. Kempty trying to get it broke up, and if you look at styles of wrestling, you would want JP facing off against Kempty. Kind of like the same deal that they got going on. Same style, same wrestling type, and you'd want Cecil, who, yeah, while he looks small, Cecil still wrestles a lot bigger than he is. So having Cecil line up against JP, or against, JP squared, right? Against Shake Plague, that is something that the LWO probably looking at. And Kempty now turning things around, but it seems like every time something goes on, you can see Kempty already starting to move slower. But every time something starts to go on, they think JP gets it turned around. You guys are about to hear why our memberships are called the Bark Squad. I have two dogs that aren't afraid to bark. So Jake now taking it to Cecil again. I'm just saying, if it was me, this is how, if I was the World Tag Champs, how I would want to line up this match strategically. You can't always get it the way you want it, right? But strategically, that's what I'd be looking at. Cecil now picking up Jake Plague, and look at that, right back down, grabs that leg, and Jake kicking out in one. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. I like that. It's like a new era. LA Knight, like, I think at one point too, like, you could look and LA Knight could beat a Gunther. You know what I mean? Like, that would make sense. I think LA Knight could have beat a Damian Priest. That would make sense. Not necessarily a Cody Rhodes, not necessarily, you know, some of the other people, but that kind of makes sense. But that also sets up guys like CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. It sets these guys up to win as well. But Gunther, they made him a legitimate Intercontinental Champion, took him on a crazy long streak, and so the natural progression of things would be for Gunther to win the world title. We might see that world title start changing hands a lot more to where it's not 200 days and 500 days and 800 million days, right? We might see more like 90-day reigns, 100-day reigns, stuff like that. Jake Plague can't even believe it, but look, Kempty got in there, broke that thing up super quick. And now smashes him down on the ring again, and Jake not stopping, getting after him right here. Looks like we might be seeing, thought we might see a double team incoming, but look at this. Oh, throws him right into that turnbuckle. That might be all over but the crying, but instead gets JP tagged in to the ring. And Kempty gets tagged in, and now the two of them going after it. Cecil trying to get out of the ring, trying to get back to his feet. Referee starting to count him out, say, look, you got to do the thing. And JP getting after it now, gets Plague tacked back in. And so something that I don't know that you guys, if you've noticed it, but these guys on the other side have done a very, very good job at keeping JP pretty fresh when you look at it. Oh, is that going to do it? Rolls up the leg. 1, 2. And I thought we were about to have brand new champions, but Kempty Watson kicks out into Jake now going and gets him locked in. Is he going to tap him? Might have tapped him, but Cecil gets in there, breaks it up. And now JP getting tagged in. This would be an ideal time where they could take advantage. Now rolls up the leg. 1, 2. And Kempty grabs the rope, but somehow Charles Robinson sees it. Not even in a very good position, to be fair, but Charles Robinson actually sees it. Kempty now using that to his advantage. Grabs him. Takes him up. Huge backbreaker. Yeah, I got tired of Hogan winning all the time, too. Yeah, I didn't like the Roman Reigns thing. That got old, Hogan. There's better ways to do it. They should do it the Attitude Era way. You know what I mean? Where it wasn't necessarily anybody or any one thing. So Cecil now dropping the foot onto the head. Oh, now going after Jake Plague. Kicking him, getting him down. But big bulldog. JP using that to his advantage. Cecil missing. Taking his eye off the ball briefly. And JP then taking advantage of that. Now rolls up the leg. 1. And only a 1 count. But you can see the Judgment Day has been in control of this whole match. And I'm telling you, the world champions are not used to that. So the Judgment Day on another level right now. Cecil, though, picking up. JP getting that turned around, whips him into the ropes. Was off the first time, but not off the second time. Delivers that atomic drop kick right there. Gets him back up, whips him into the corner. And look at this. They actually fixed this, apparently, with the 1.14 update. Splits JP open. Hey, we will see you later, Digital Dogs. Thanks for stopping in, brother. JP trying to get to the corner and unable to do it. Now Kempty tagged in. Drops the elbow. Are they going to be able to use this to their advantage right now? Rolls up the leg. Jake in, but I think that they just baited the Judgment Day into wasting a save, and now Kempty going for his finisher, and it almost would have worked, but JP gets things turned back around, whips him into the corner, and hopefully, I was going to say, the thing he could have did was to get Jake tagged into this ring. Doesn't do it. Look at that. Look at that move right there. Now rolls up the leg. Cecil there to break it up. And can they do it? I thought he was going to do it. I thought maybe he just baited the tag team champions. Huge kick right to the head. Now he's trying to get back out of it. JP laughing at him. Cecil now trying to get over. Oh, you didn't know? Thought he would have went for the pin right there. Did not. Here's his finisher. Takes him, hits him with the finisher. Now rolls up the leg. 1. And only a 1 count. You can hear why we have the bark squad going, though. I wish they would stop barking, but they're not going to. Tag. God bless America. That's his finisher. JP there to finish it off, though, to get him and break it up. Kempty taking care of that. Misses. Rolls back into the ring. Hits him again. Stopping him. Is this going to be it? Tag Cecil in. Cecil looks like he's going to try to end it right now. But guys, we are almost out of time. We're going to hang with this as long as we can. But we might not be able to finish it out. And that is it. Rolls up the leg. We're going to try to hang in there. 1, 2, 3. And the LWO retains the title. That is all the time we have here. We will catch all of you in the next one. Peace.